So today I wanted to kind of talk about if you're going through like a rough patch in your life, or if things, are happening that aren't going your way, that sometimes it's a lesson, and sometimes the universe is trying to tell you something. And like when something bad happens, you instinctively just, of course, feel bad. And then almost like if someone says something to you or something like that, you almost like want to take vengeance, like if someone upsets you, things like that. When sometimes you've actually got to go backwards, and you've got to realize that sometimes in life those things are actually lessons, and that they're there to teach you. And that same goes with anything in life really that is almost bad, and on a daily kind of occurrence. It's actually a lesson, and it's the universe trying to teach you something, and you've got to navigate through that. And as I said, going back to the example, if someone upsets you, you've got to kind of strip it back and be quite philosophical, and embrace the emotion, but don't get too caught up with it, because you can't suppress it, but then you have to embrace it. And as I said, often it's a lesson. Whatever that person said, whatever they've done, often you've also done something similar, whether to upset them or even upset someone else. And sometimes it's the universe saying, hey, you need to stop and reflect on that. And then you're actually going to learn a lot in life. And that's helped me a lot, and it's changed my perspective. So yeah. And as I say, often, going back to the example, if someone offends you or upsets you, often it's actually got nothing to do with you personally. And it often has a lot more to do with them and their own insecurities and their own inability to comprehend the situation, or even emotions or things like that. And often people let it out. But what you've got to do is you can't let that affect you. And you've also got to see past that, and and forgive, and realize that actually it's not your fault, and it's in a way not their fault either. And it's not actually, you shouldn't feel bad because of that. You should feel the emotion and then just slowly get over it and understand that it's actually not about you, and it's more about them, and therefore you should distance yourself from it. Which is why I say things in life are often a lesson, and you have to just reflect and look back. And it's okay to feel bad sometimes. I'm not saying it's not, but you've got to feel the emotion and let it go, and realize that you're not the only one that's going through that kind of thing, and forgive the other person and move on.